And we're here in the Hinton Studios in the Jazz Cafe this afternoon with Matt and Corey, just talking and playing and having a good time like we like to do. I noticed that one of your other activities, Matt, is doing the dueling pianos with Carl Rodenberg.
Yeah, we started doing that. First time we did it actually was around the same time we started the jam session. I think we started that at the former Crawdaddies as well. Well, actually, I take that back. When Tommy's place used to be on the 6th floor of the same building,
Yeah.
I used to come down and do his Wednesday night with him. So we did kind of a 2-piano thing. We always say it's not dueling pianos. There's no violence involved.
Right.
Then we took it to what was formerly State Street Tavern in Newburgh, and we did it there every Wednesday night for about a year. And then when that ended, we just kind of let it go, but we're getting ready to resurrect that as well. That's another one of those things where I'm saying it on the air, so we'll actually do it since we
Everybody
talked
look
about
forward
it for
to
6 months.
Where are you going to be doing it at? Do you know?
We have a couple of options. We haven't really set that yet, but pretty easy for us to do. I mean, somebody could call us today and we could probably do it tomorrow, because between the two of us, we're like, do you know this tune? Like, well, which key do you do it in?
Right, right.
Do you want to sing it, or you want me to sing it, or
Right.
what do you want to do? So Carl's great to work with.
Yeah, he's just really laid back and flexible, and I mean, between you guys, you got 100.
Hold up, don't go there now.
Anyway, it's nice to have that kind of experience and that level of talent here in Evansville and in the Tri-State. I also saw that you were thinking about forming another band to do more contemporary music. Is that the Shove, or is that another thing besides the Shove?
That's yet something else. When I was doing all the piano bar stuff and the Kavanaugh's gig, and I ended up playing like 25, 26 nights a month. And for a young guy like me, that got kind of old after a while. So I pretty much backed off of playing all that much until recently. So I decided if I'm going to do it this time, I'd like to be doing a whole bunch of things that are different, so I don't get tired of it.
Right. Well, and that gives you the versatility to play in several different venues. I mean, that's sometimes what might go at one place isn't necessarily going to be what goes at the other place. And I know that some of the venue operators are starting to open up and do some different things. I know that recently, Lamasco is having a pretty well-known group come in called Marquez Express, which is a Crosby, Stills and Nash tribute band, and the night that they do it, it's going to be non-smoking because the band itself requested. Now, that's not to say that that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you like or you don't like, but I just think that the owners are starting to get a little versatile in what they present and what they do.
I think when you were talking to Corey earlier, and you were both talking about Evansville and all the music and opportunity there is here, one thing that I've always noticed and always known and realized even more when I was living in Cincinnati for a while, for the population that we have here, there's an amazing amount of great musicians, just unbelievable. It was hard to find that many great musicians in a city the size of Cincinnati to play with and put something together with. So there's so much talent out there right here in our own area. It's incredible.
And it always amazes me when you look at the formats of the open mic, whether it was when you guys did it Crawdaddies or whether it's Lamasco, whether it's Land Hucks or wherever they're doing it, how everybody comes together and I mean, you always hear these stories about people get together and button heads, but yet when you go here locally, it's like a big fraternity. Everybody knows everybody. The brothers and sisters are all coming together to lift up the music banner, and we just have a great time.
Well, there was a time that, again, back when I was doing a lot of the solo piano bar stuff, there was a group of 3 of us that got to be known as the Piano Mafia, because Carl Rodenberg, Bob Green, and I, we'd always trade off gigs. If somebody had something they couldn't do, or needed somebody else to do their solo gig because they had a band gig that night, we would just trade off. I mean, there was no competition anywhere. It was like we had our own little triumvirate there where if somebody needed something, there was always somebody there to stand in for them. And I think pretty much all musicians that I know in this area are the same way. Everybody does get along, everybody contributes, people sit in with each other, they might stand in on a gig for somebody else. There's no backbiting, no competition really to speak of.
Yeah, I always like that. Being a non-musician, but sitting in this chair and doing what I do, to kind of pop in there and be involved in that network, it's made it a lot easier. And it just always is amazing because I think that, when you have that kind of competition among people, and I know different bands will get together and there's a little bit of fun with that, but it makes it, I think that the ultimate loser is the fan. Really do. Well, we're going to head to the top of the hour here. We've got a little bit more time with Corey and Matt. So why don't you guys play another song?